This is the North Pasture reclamation part of the Oak Savanna project. If you followed any of the previous videos, I hacked and squirted here a while back, and this is what it looks like now. Oh, I've also sprayed trichopyr, and I believe I sprayed 2,4-D on the vegetation on the forbs down here at one point, and that's all dying back pretty nicely. There are patches where I did not spray, but this is what the hack and squirt is looking like. The maples, the birches, and some of the aspens had too much sap flow the first time I chopped them. So they just pushed most of the poison back out. So I need to revisit some of them. Like you can see, it's fairly shady right here because that birch right there, that maple right there, and others are shading it out. You can see that this one is almost dead, and but even when they die, like that one right there is nearly dead. Some of them are dying just fine, but some of them, like that one there, don't even look like they're sick. So I got to get in and hack and squirt again, but it's only going to take a little bit of Tordon to finish these guys off. It seems a lot more shady in here than it really is, because there are still a lot of oaks and other trees that I've saved. All the oaks are getting saved, but I saved a few other trees as well. Those will likely be thinned out too, but I wanted to see what it looked like before I took everything out. Like this is a fairly good size oak right here, and I will be clearing completely around it to expose it, and then it'll probably start shooting from the stem, start sending out shoots from lower on the stem because of the extra light, and it'll take on a more field-grown appearance unless I prune it, or unless horses prune it. We're eventually going to let horses in here, so they'll prune it about 6 feet high or so. They don't like eating much higher than that. But I'll be taking that cedar out and doing a bit of clearing here. This one here is a walnut. You know, you hate to take out the walnuts because they're worth money once they start getting this big. So I may leave this in, you know, for a while because it's so tall and straight. Take off the lower limbs and just let it go for a few more years and sell it as a veneer log. Not quite sure if I'll do that or not. But like this tree is almost dead. A whole bunch of them in here are dead. Some of them died from not Dutch elm disease. Some of them died from emerald ash borer, but most of them from hack and squirt. It takes a long time to kill a tree. It can take a month before they're completely dead, so I'll have to revisit this several times. We have a little tiny oak here with the blue bands, and you can see it up there. I am not sure I believe that might be a white oak. I mean, it's got a little pointiness to the leaves down here and over there, but then it has round leaves there. I couldn't say for sure, but I'll identify it. Some are just hard to tell, but most of the oaks in this area are black oaks. But once it clears out a bit, I'll identify all the oaks and then mark them on a little map so I can get to them and check on them. So it is clearing out here pretty nice. You can see all the stuff that I came through when I did the brush whacking with the saw blade on. Went through here like a ninja. That stuff's all over the place, and it dries out pretty quick. So that stuff will mostly get stepped on and broken. That'll flatten most of it out. And then whatever is left I might throw down there, or I might dice it up a little finer so it falls to the ground. But so far so good. Not a huge amount of grass over in this part yet, but it'll come. Yeah, it is very hot. That's why I've decided to come over here and do this little video in the semi-shade. It is 95, pushing 100 degrees right now with like 80% humidity. So I'm just drenched in sweat. And it's been that way for the last 3 days, and will continue through tomorrow, and then it'll be in the high 80s and raining for 3 days. So it's going to be fairly miserable for the foreseeable future. During the rain, I'll probably work on the Ferguson and do the last try on the sump pan to get the oil change completed. Here is a maple that doesn't even look sick. So I'm going to have to come in here and do a touch up on some of these trees, but you can get a pretty good idea of how well it's working off if you look off that way. It's really clearing up. A little further this way, let's see if I can get that. That has not been done, this area. And you can see how much more of a canopy and a fill it has than this area. And remember, some of these trees are saved, so there is going to be some canopy cover in here. So it's working pretty well. And there are the horses. Yeah, I came down here to check on them as well, and they seem to be doing fine. I don't know why the hell they stand in the sun in this kind of heat. You know, they have shade trees over on the other side, and they have water, and they have salt, and they have all that they need. But they'll sit down here and eat grass, and even go to sleep in the sun. Go lay down in the sun, and they got a bunch of shade right up there. Big dummies. I think I'm going to go lay down in the shade for a little bit till it cools down, and then get back to work tonight when it cools off a little bit. Get back out here at 5 or 6. It doesn't get dark until after 9 right now. All right, that's it for this video. Thanks for stopping by, and remember to hit the subscribe button and then click on the little bell, which is the update button, and you'll be notified when we upload a new video. Have a great day.